Alright guys, it needs to be talked about. The new R8 pistol in Counter-Strike that just got released the day after the update. Now I'm sure all of you are in your competitive games trolling the hell out of all the other kids using this R8 during the comp matches, but if you want any more information, that's what this video will be about. We're going to talk about how I feel like it performed in my first comp match, some improvements I think that could be made to it, as well as a few funny little glitches here and there that I've found with it already. And for some of you newer guys who aren't too sure how to use it yet, we're also going to include a short little tutorial on how I think it should be used currently in its current form. So welcome to my channel, and get ready for a fun little video here. Alright guys, let's just get into a little bit more information about this new gun here we got. So this is the R8, and let me tell you what, it packs a wallop. Now, this is, as of right now, the only gun in the game besides the op that will tear through full armor in one hit close range. It will absolutely decimate you 100-0 no matter how much armor you're wearing if you are close to that person wielding that weapon. Now, luckily, if it's far range, you might get away with it anywhere between 5 and 3 HP. It likes to do 97, 98 damage, far range body shots. So you might be able to get away at long range, but close range, it's absolute destruction. So if you're not aware, this gun has two different types of firing modes. The first is going to be the slow left click, which is pinpoint close to mid range. Now the only time it gets a little bit inaccurate, in my opinion a little less accurate than the Desert Eagle, is at the super far ranges, but it's still pretty darn close. Now the only thing you got to worry about is obviously that second that it takes for the trigger to pull back and shoot. It's not going to be an instant shot by any means on the left click. I believe that's their way of nerfing the aim of this gun. Now also you have the right click, which I'm sure you're all aware is one of the most inaccurate shots ever. I mean, it doesn't matter how close you are. That was actually the most accurate I've ever seen it. I mean, crouching, no, see there it goes. It is super inaccurate, guys. It doesn't matter how slow you shoot it. If you do the right click, it is not gonna go. It's basically just like a shotgun. It's gonna go in the general area you want it to, and hopefully you hit the target. So, in my opinion, you're gonna want to use that left click. Try and get the early shots. If you got someone rushing you, use the right click real quick. Try and get them out of your face. Now I'll show you a clip later where actually, you know, mix and match a little bit. Mix and match. You know, get one shot, get two shot, go back, spray, one shot more, because you can mix it. There's no reason that you can't be in the middle of a right click spray and then get one solid left click in there. 1, 2, 3, and then a solid left click smack dab in the middle. It'll fool them every time. They think you're in a spray and out of your mind, and then you aim that one wonder shot and you're good. So that's the way I think it should be used. Obviously, you're going to want to play corners a lot. Try and get, you know, the good one shot, back up, maybe wait for him to get close. But other than that, it's going to be a very pinpoint accurate gun. You're going to want to. You need really good aim in order to use this gun properly. It's going to be really good for bottleneck angles and clutch rounds, ecos, and whatnot like that. Now, obviously, anyone who's watching this video is probably going to be in comp games for the next 2 days with people only using R8s, but hey, that's the community we know and love, right? So let's move on to a couple other things here. So this will be a video just based on how I feel the gun performs in a competitive situation. Now, everyone in the game for the first about 5 or 6 rounds was using the R8, of course, because, you know, Counter-Strike and community and awesome, right? So we all decided to, you know, use the R8, see how it is, and I tell you what, it's a lot of fun. Honestly, I have a lot of fun using this gun. It's very satisfying. Now, obviously, I'm on my Smurf right now because I didn't want to derank my global or anything like that for no reason. But it's definitely a gun that if you can take the time to land the shot, it will do wonders. And it's definitely one of those guns where where you really got to just be in it to have fun. Now, I decided to use the R8 for the entire match. I ended with 30 kills, top fragged on my team. So anyway, yeah, my experience so far with this weapon has definitely been, it's a lot better at farther ranges if you can manage to keep the enemy to sit still. So if you can do a quick peek, manage to get their location, and then real quick pop out left click, get them down to low or nothing. So that's what I've been doing mostly. Another little trick, very important trick I found out, is to pretty much just walk. Now it slows you down a little bit when you walk, but just tap the left click. As if you feel like there's a rush coming, just keep on holding down the left click right before it shoots. That way, if anyone does jump in front of you really fast, you can get a pinpoint accurate shot off super fast. And we did test it, and enemies cannot hear the little clicking noise that it makes as you pull back the hammer on the gun. So just be aware, if you want to keep, the jump on the enemy with this weapon, then sort of always have that trigger half cocked and left click so you can get the early first shot off really fast. You don't have to worry about that little delay. But that's just one of the things we're figuring out as the pistol goes on. As we learn more about the pistol as it evolves, because already you got tons of people screaming about how, oh, it needs to be nerfed, oh, it needs to be nerfed. Well, let's be honest here, the pistol's already somewhat nerfed. I mean, you got the left click nerf, which is, name me one other gun in the game that doesn't shoot immediately when you press left click. There is none. So you already got it nerfed, in my opinion, with that, and that's so that people don't complain as much. And the right click, even, they nerfed that as well. I mean, just look at how inaccurate the spray is. You can't hit anything with pure skill. Now, let's be honest here. That right click, if you're going to say is skill, I mean, you're just downright lying. It's a lucky spray. You just managed to shoot the pistol fast. It's for close range quarters pretty much strictly. So, I don't think the pistol needs to be nerfed all that much. I think that it definitely does a lot more damage than I expected it to, but it's got a lot of nerfs in there as well. Now, this isn't going to be a weapon that's going to be easy to use against real guns. That's something I found out very quickly as soon as the other team started picking up AKs and fully automatic rifles and submachine guns, is that if you don't land that first shot, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to survive the encounter because of how long is in between each shot, each accurate shot. Because if I'm even medium range right clicking, the chances of me landing one of those shots is, maybe 50% at best. So, you got to keep in mind that it's already pretty balanced in my opinion. And as soon as it starts to go away more, I think less people will be complaining. Because as of right now, as I'm sure all of you are in game, trying out the new pistol, if you're playing competitive, there's just tons of people using it. I mean, just tons of people having fun with this new pistol. And, you can't really blame them. How often is there a new gun in Counter-Strike, right? Let people have their fun for their few days. It'll go back into the back pocket. Personally, I'm a huge fan of the Deagle, and I can't see myself straying too far from it. So, I might pull this out just as a jokester gun every now and then, but it's a weapon that's going to have a high skill cap for sure. Definitely have a high skill cap. So make sure you're aware of that when you start to use it. Don't get frustrated. It's going to be a weapon you really have to learn. You can't just pick it up like a P90 and spray and pray. It's a weapon you're really going to have to give some patience to. So that covers the highlight reel. Pretty much goes over everything I wanted to talk about as far as this gun is concerned. Now, there are a couple other things I want to include. And that would be the funny little glitches there are with this gun currently. Now, say you unlock a new skin for this gun, which there are a couple pretty nice ones that come in that new case there. Well, one of the neat little ways you can look at it is if you press R and F constantly, you can constantly flip your gun around, which I thought was pretty cool. Just randomly figured it out while I was running around with the weapon there. So, show off your nice new skin there. Yeah. And the other one, as I'm sure a few of you have seen people in competitive doing this already, is if you're in the freeze time in the beginning of a match, the right click for the speed shot actually works while you're not allowed to be moving or jumping or anything. It works during the freeze time right before the match. Now, if you shoot your teammates with it, it will not hurt them before the freeze time, but it will use your ammo. So be prepared to buy another one because these things only come with a whopping 16 shells. So that's just a couple of the little glitches I've noticed so far with this weapon. I'm sure there are loads more that will come out, but there's a couple of little fun things I thought you might enjoy. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, this was not a video to compare the R8 to the Deagle or compare it to anything else. This was just a short video going over how I feel about the weapon, how I think it performed in competitive game, and just some of the different ways to use it. So if you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. And by all means, like and subscribe, guys. Go have fun. I hope I see you out there and land a couple headshots.